Hey guys, what's up family? It's your girl Angel and we are back on the channel with another message for you guys. And this one is a little heavy, but I need you to tune in because it's about your blessing. It's about the next steps. It's about the confirmation you were asking God for. It's about the thing you were praying about. So I believe that this is going to be confirmation. I believe that this is going to be so accurate for most of you, for a lot of you, for some of you, that God is literally going to speak through me. And it's just going to have nothing to do with my ability, but by his power and by his divine Holy Spirit. I believe that God literally will answer your questions, your prayers. God will answer something in this video that you've been asking him for confirmation for, or about, or what to do, or God will give you direction in this video. But I told you guys I would be back. I'm here. I miss you, family. I know it's only been a couple hours, but I've been missing y'all. And I just want to tell you guys, I want to start off by sharing my love with you guys, telling you guys that I love you, telling you guys that you are loved, telling you guys that I appreciate you, that you're not taken for granted and you're not unseen by me, nor are you unheard, nor are your prayer requests, nor are your situations, your circumstances and stories. And if you feel like no one hears you, if you feel like no one's paying attention, I want you to understand that you have a God that sees you in all of your uncertainty and all of your confusion and all of your chaos, in your good days and in your bad days. He sees you, he's with you, and he wants to bless you. First thing first, I want to let you know the word that the Lord put in my head, and it's that blessings aren't only for other people. Like, you've been walking this life, right? You've been seeing so many other people get blessed, or you've been seeing your prayers go unanswered for so long, right? Let's just start off there. That you feel like blessings aren't for you anymore. You feel like a miracle can't work in your life. You feel like God isn't gonna give you the miracle. God isn't gonna bless you. You feel like God isn't going to see you in your storm. You feel like God isn't going to be with you, right? You feel like the blessing, you don't deserve the blessing. Not only, even if you felt like you did deserve the blessing, you feel like you've been asking God about this thing for so long. You've been praying about this blessing for so long that it's not gonna come. You're questioning if just other people just get blessed. You're questioning if it's just the luckiest people on earth that happen to win the lottery, and you're thinking that it could never be you. That the blessing, the miracle, something so big, something so grand, something so life-changing, something so positive, it could never happen to you. So you're giving up because of how long you're waiting. You're giving up on the big thing that you're placing in the hands of the Lord. The thing that you've placed in the hands of the Lord that is completely, you've done drink bigger, you've done drink out of the pitcher, right? Your pitcher, you've given God the vision and you haven't seen it happen yet. And this is something that it's big, it's grand. Right? And you've been expecting God to answer you. There was a time where you had so much hope, like the first 3 days, maybe the first week, maybe the first year, maybe the first month, maybe the first minute or second. But after the hours continue to add up, your faith, the more the hour added, the less your faith went down. The more your faith went down. The more the hours piled on top to where you were still waiting for God to do this thing, the more you started to believe that he's not actually going to do it. He actually can't do it, and he actually didn't hear it. He actually doesn't want to do it, and I just don't deserve it. Or I'm not one of those people to get blessed by God. I'm not one of those people that deserve a miracle. I'm not one of those people that will see my breakthrough. I'm not one of those people that will live out a miracle on earth. I'm not one of those people that will be an example of God's blessings, of God's mercy, and of God's kindness. And so I'm here to remind you, in the beginning, I know that was a mouthful, but I'm here to remind you that blessings aren't only for others. You've been tricked into thinking that by your time. But blessings are not only for others. And I'm just here to remind, I don't know who needs, I'm going to start off like that it will still happen for you. But I want you to understand something. Sometimes blessings, they don't come in the form as we think, right? You praying for something and God may answer your blessing. God may answer your prayer, but because it didn't come in the form of the prayer you put out, you didn't see that. You missed God in it. You didn't see that God gave you that. You didn't see that it was a blessing in disguise. You didn't see that it was a true miracle. Sometimes blessings come in the form of survival. By just waking up, the fact that you made it to another day to be able to live out the blessing that God has for you in the future, to be able to live in your present moment. Sometimes the blessings, we don't understand that sometimes a miracle is just being able to wake up. A miracle is having oxygen in your lungs. Can I speak to somebody, or am I being too messy right now? Sometimes you pray for the blessing and you're not even understanding God is blessing you, is living out the blessing you ask for every day. And it may not come in the form, and it may not look like the form you prayed for. So you turn against the blessing, the very blessing that you've been praying for. Lord, make me rich. And God is waking you up every day and giving you the ability to create circumstances in your life that will lead to financial wealth, financial stability. He's giving you the ability. But yet, so God is answering the blessing, but yet it's not it's not the $1 million that just fall on top of the pillow when you're sleeping at night. And so we forsake God. Lord, I want to be married. Lord, find me somebody that loves me. And yet God is waking you up in your beauty every day. He hasn't let your beauty be altered. God is waking you up every day, showing you that, there is still a chance for you to walk into, there is still a chance for you to align, walk into somebody you're going to fall in love with. And you're not knowing that the blessing is really being answered. You're not knowing because you're so secretly, you're despising, you're secretly despising what the gift that God is giving you in the present moment. He's giving you the ability to continue to push forward till you see that thing in your life. He's answering the blessing every day. He's causing miracles to work in your life every day. You didn't die in your sleep. That's a miracle. And that miracle will push you closer to the miracle you want to see happen, how you want it to happen. But sometimes God answers in a way that his ways are higher. His thoughts are higher. So while you praying to God for little things, he's saying, my thoughts are so much higher. He's been answering the little things. He's answering the little things in big ways, like keeping your heart beating so that you can run into the love of your life. But yet you don't see it. You don't know that it's God. You can't see that it's God because you're in your pain. You're stuck with a veil over your eyes that God is not blessing me and God is not answering my prayers. How many times have you prayed to God for money? How many times have you prayed for God for a meal? How many times have you prayed to God to provide in your life? And he's blessed you with the gift of survival, that you made it to see another day and you didn't die. But yet you like, Lord, when I prayed for you to provide, I wanted you to provide for the whole year straight. You better clarify. You didn't clarify that. You said, Lord, provide. And he provided. You made it through another day. And so God wanted me to tell you, you waited and you hoped and it hurts. And it feels like nothing is changing in your life. But there's change already happening. You just don't see it. How many times have you realized, how many times have you sat with yourself to realize that you are not the person you were before? You are not the person you walked into the storm. Even if you're in the middle of your storm, you are not the same person you are when you first walked into that storm. Whatever situation that has been lingering in your life, whatever season you've been in, stuck in, whatever season you've been trapped in, whatever season has brought you this heartbreak, this distress, this pain, this depression, whatever season that has been lasting for a while in your life, whatever season you feel like has hurt you and harmed you the most, the season you feel like you're in right now that you can't get over, you're in the middle of that season. You're in the midst of your storm. But there was a time where you just walked into that season. There was a time where it was the first day you had to live without somebody being on earth because they died that day. There was a time that the person just broke your heart. This was the first day you had to deal with the heartbreak. And now you might not be fully recovered, but you 3 months in, you a year in, you 2 years in, and you're still pushing. There was a time where there was a time in your season where it was literally the first day that the storm started. You may not be in the end of your storm, but you dang sure ain't in the beginning of your storm. You in the midst of your storm, and I want you to realize that you aren't the person you walked into your storm as. You're just not. I remember when I lost my mother. That day, When I walked into that storm of having to wake up and live my life with my mother no longer being here, I am a complete different person. And years have passed. A couple. It still feels like yesterday, but I know the strength that I have gained from the first day to now, to the very moment where I am now, to walk in this storm without her. I am not the same person. Situations, circumstances may have not changed in my actual reality, but guess what? Inside, I have changed. Inside, you have changed in the midst of your storm. You're not the same person you walked into this storm as. And I want to let you know something. This is guaranteed that you're in the middle of your storm. You got to keep walking this thing through. A plane don't stop mid-air and just hover. It keeps going till it hits its destination. And that's what I want you to look at life. Or when a train gets moving on a train track, it don't stop mid destination. It gets to its destination. And some of you've been allowing this storm to beat you up. You've been allowing the confirmation of saying that feeling like God is not with you. But this is me confirming that God is actually with you. That he's been doing things on the inside of you. That person left last year, a week ago, a month ago. You broke up with somebody. Or you've been single for years. But the day you finally was single, the first day you were single, you ain't who you are now. You stronger. I don't care if you've been single for 5 days. You're different. I don't care if you've been single for 5 years. You're different. And God has been working through you all along, and you haven't realized that God is He's been changing things on your inside before the things on your outside begin to change. You're going to have to go through a change on the inside. God is going to have to strengthen your heart. God is going to have to make you stronger. He's going to have to make you smarter. He's going to have to make you faster. He's going to have to make you prepared for the blessing that he's about to give you. Family? And so I want you to understand that God is he's in the midst of your storm. And you got to walk this thing through till you get to your last destination, till you get to your destination. You better walk this thing through until you see the thing that you prayed for. Until you see the thing that everybody prayed against. See, while you're praying for this, you got people praying against you. You better walk through until you're a living example of God's blessing, mercy, and kindness. Until you're a living example of the manifestation of God in your life. Until people are able to look at you and tell you've been with God. Until people are able to look at you and tell you've been blessed by God. This is not just regular favor. This is not this is unusual favor. Until your life screams unusual favor. Until your hands scream unusual blessings. Until your bank account screams unusual the unusual presence of the Lord. You better keep on walking. You don't stop mid destination. You don't. And you're in the midst of your storm. I just want you to understand that you're farther. And you got to look back and reflect sometimes. Not look back to look back. Not actually turn back, but just think about who you were when you first walked into this heartbreak. When you first walked into that disease. When you first walked into that doctor's office and you heard that paperwork that the doctor said, oh, this is that. And how scared you felt. Think about how strong you are right now. Think about how much strength. And so your pain that echoes in God's heart, like when you go through things, that echoes. Like when you call out to God, when you cry your tears, every teardrop, think about the sound a teardrop makes, that sound. That echoes in God's heart. It echoes to God. He hears that. He hears those tears dropping. That's how sensitive God is to you. That's how sensitive God is to your judgment. That's how sensitive God is when people judge you, when people falsely accuse you. That's how sensitive he is. When people lie, when people mishandle you, misuse you, God is so sensitive that he hears it. He hears your tears dropping when you falsely accused, when you're being persecuted. And God will vindicate you and validate you like a parking ticket. God will validate you. Your pain echoes in the ear of God. He don't just hear you and see you. It echoes your cries, your screams, your teardrops, your pain, your heartbreak. It echoes in the ear of God. That means he hears it. It trickles. It's something that it stays with him. It doesn't just go away. When your cry enters the ear of the Lord, he hears you saying, Jesus, help me, help me, help me. You may have just said it once, but to God it sounds like, help me, Lord. I need you, God. Help me, help me, help me, help me. You may have just said Jesus, but when you say Jesus, it sounds like this: Jesus, 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 Jesus. When you say holy, it sounds like holy, holy, holy. When you say God, provide for me, it sounds like Lord, provide, provide, Lord, provide. God hears you. Your prayers triple when it hits the ear of God. And people have come to the end. People have come to their breaking point. And God has even brought you to a point right now, a very point where you feel like it's time to break. But that means it's even more time to break through. But can I tell you something? Can we go biblical? People have come to their breaking point over all ends of the earth. Amongst the entire earth, they've come to their breaking point. Waiting for God, thinking they were done for. I won't make it back from this. There is no way that I will live again. There is no way that I will be happy again. There is no way that I will laugh and smile again. There is no way that I will be okay after this. There is no way in heaven. There is no way on earth that I will be okay after this. See, people have come to their breaking point. You've come to your breaking point and you think it's over for you. Oh, Jesus. Lord, help me be strong for my family members. Because I feel it. I feel that you understand. You at your breaking point and you done for. You think it's over for you. But even in your breaking point, let's go back to the Bible. There were some people that realized that they ain't alone. You're not alone in your breaking point. You think that it's over. You think that nothing can solve this problem. Just ask Joseph. Just ask Joseph how it feels to be in a breaking point, but knowing that he's not alone, that God is still with him in the midst of his storm. Ask Jonah. When he was swallowed in the belly of a whale, when he was at his breaking point, but he wasn't alone. When he didn't see nothing getting better, and you're at a point in your life where you don't see nothing getting better, you don't even want to push through anymore. Because you don't understand that in the midst of your breaking point is in the development, is in the character of the character of God to change a situation in the midst of your storm. Just ask Noah when he was trapped on the ark and he felt like God forgot about him. Just ask Ruth when her husband was dead and she's walking through the wilderness trying to search for a God she never knew of. Just ask David when he was in the cave being pursued by an enemy that wanted to take his life. When you are at your breaking point, I want somebody to understand this. Lord, help me. That's when God shows up. It's not in your blessings, family. It's in your breaking point. It's in the breaking. When you feel like you're alone, when you feel like things can't get better, just ask Joseph. Just ask him. And if you don't know about Moses, if you don't know about Joseph, just ask Moses. How good God is in the midst of your breaking, in the midst of your breaking down, in the midst of your teardrops. It's every tear that's dropping is echoing to God. He's hearing it going. He's hearing it. And he sees you every tear. And I'm crying because I want you to know this, that God is good. He's not done blessing. When Moses was running away because he killed a Hebrew brother, and he was scared and he felt like that the Pharaoh was going to kill him. And he was at his breaking point. God chose to use him. God chose to burn a bush in the desert and say, Moses, come here. I want you to lead my people. And Moses is at his breaking point. He thinking he about to die tomorrow, like today. He's thinking that the world is over. And God calls him and say, okay, I see your problems, but I'm going to use you to a grand level. I see your problems, but I got my own problems that I need to solve through you, Moses. So you gotta straighten up. And it's right in the midst of your storm. Just ask Daniel when he was in the lion's den, ask Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego when they were forced into the fire. That is in the breaking. It's right when you feel like you're about to break that you understand that you're not alone. You think Daniel wasn't at his breaking point, seeing starving, hungry lions in his face. You think he wasn't scared? You think how do you think he felt? Imagine you being in a cave with lions. Just imagine, put yourself in his position. Imagine you being trapped in a room and a lion busts through the window and you like, all right, yeah, I'm surely about to die. But if you can understand that you're not alone, family, you could get through this season. The blessing is on the way. I said all that to say, you look at me in my eyes right now? Okay, all right, let's clean up. If you want to see me smile, all right, just for you. You look at me in my eyes, the blessing is on the way. God's timing is perfect. You want to know why the blessing didn't happen when you expected it to happen? It's because you're not perfect and your timing isn't perfect. Because you're not perfect, your timing can't be perfect. You cannot perfectly time out your life, but we serve a perfect God that has perfect timing. The blessing is on the way, family. You have already survived things that you thought would break you. You survived things that you thought would destroy you. You will laugh again. You will find peace again. You will find hope again, and God will change your life. You're all right. You're going to be okay. It's in your breaking. It's the breaking that prepares you for the breakthrough. I love you guys. And I told you guys that I will be back. And I'm going to tell you guys again. God willing, I'll see you again. I never stop thinking about you. I love you. Peace.